On episode 362 of the 40 Plus Fitness podcast, I discuss commitment, strategies, habits, and tactics. You can find the full show notes for this episode at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/362. Have you decided you're ready to make a change? To reclaim your health and fitness? The 40 Plus Fitness podcast is here for you. I'm your host, Alan Meisner. I'm an NSAM certified personal trainer with a specialization in corrective exercise and fitness nutrition. Let me be your coach as you find your way on your health and fitness journey. All right, let's go. As we close out 2018, I thought it would be good for me to do an episode that was geared towards helping you be successful. As we go into a new year, this is often the time of year where people want to really start bearing down on certain goals, be it health, be it fitness, be it wealth, just different things that we put on our plate that we want to accomplish in the new year. And if being healthy and fit is something that's on your plate, which for most of it is, these 4 words that I'm going to share with you today and in how they apply is going to be very, very important for you to be successful. The words are commitment, strategies, habits, and tactics. So I'll start with each one and then give a kind of a definition and some examples. And then after I've done that, I'll go and talk about how each of these interplay and the order with which you must do them, because it is very important that you do all of them and that you do them in the right order. So the first one is commitment. Now, a commitment is so much stronger than any other thing that you're going to do for yourself. You could say you have a resolution, you could start a diet, you can say you're going to use willpower, do things to improve your willpower, but in a general sense, all of those are typically designed to fail. What you need is a commitment. When you commit to something, you do it. You just do it. It's much more personal to you. It's much more ingrained in your psyche to be successful when you have a commitment. Now, commitment is comprised of 2 things. The first one is your why. Now, your why must be deep and emotional and generally fixed. What I mean by that is it needs to be something that you truly, truly care about. If you don't care about it, like you say, I want to lose 20 pounds so I can fit in a smaller size jeans, that's great, but you're not committed to wearing smaller jeans. Whereas if you want to reduce your waist size because you know that'll make you healthier and you'll be around for your children longer, that's a commitment. That's deep and personal because now it's about family. It's about something more important than just the jean size that you're wearing. If you've been following me for any period of time, you know that my commitment, my why, is my daughter. It started out as my daughter. Then when I got married to Tammy, it's now my wife and our children, and then, of course, our grandchildren as they come about. My commitment is to them. And I don't want to just be here for them. I want to be working with them. I want to be doing things with them. I want to be active with them. I want to be participating in their lives. So my vision is for me to be independent and fit and strong, to be able to do the things that they're doing, to be engaged in their lives. So I put those 2 together, my why, my children, grandchildren, my wife, and my vision is to be active in their lives, to be independent. That's my commitment. My commitment is to do the work and do the things that are necessary to make sure that I am the person that I want to be for them. That's my commitment, okay? The next word, strategies. Now, strategies are the things that we do to ensure that we're going to be successful. And that only comes about if we really do a good deep dive exercise of self-awareness and looking at our lives and saying, what's realistic? What's the most likely outcome if these things happen? And so strategies are the things that we do to keep us on track when something might have knocked us off. So a perfect example for me is every once in a while, if I see M&Ms, particularly peanut M&Ms, I'm all over them. It's very, very hard for me to walk past a bowl of M&Ms and not just eat them all. I know that's a tendency of mine, so I just don't buy M&Ms. I don't have them in the house. I don't have them in the cupboard. So I'm less inclined to do that thing. Another one that I've talked about a good bit is if I know when I was going to an office, if I didn't pack my gym bag the night before and leave it on the floor where I would almost practically trip over it on the way out, I would sometimes forget my gym bag, or I'd forget to pack socks or shoes or just something silly like that. And I'd end up missing a workout. So for me to make sure that I am consistently going to the gym, I have to pack my gym bag the night before. So, and now it's a little different because I work from home, but I need to put my gym clothes out. And so, right after I finish recording this episode, I'm going to go down to the gym and do some work because I have my clothes on. I already have my gym clothes on. They were the ones I left out for me to get on into this morning when I woke up. So, I have my gym clothes available to me and I'm ready to go work out. So, the strategies are the things that we do to help ensure that we stay the course. Then the next one is habits. Habits are the things we do without really even having to think of them. So, one habit will be that you brush your teeth every evening before you go to bed. You probably brush your teeth every morning when you wake up. Habits are the way that you drive to work each day. Habits are just the natural little things that you do just in the course of living your day to day. So the way we're going to build a habit is by making it a part of each day regularly. And just like brushing your teeth became like a ritual before bed, working out, eating well, those have to be habits. I talked about the strategy of walking around the grocery store. Now, I don't even really think about going down any of the aisles unless I specifically need something from that aisle. But in a general sense, as soon as I walk in the grocery store, I turn to my right and I circle the grocery store. That's just my normal habit at this point in my life. I don't even think about it. And that keeps me away from most of the foods and things that I don't want to put in my body and keeps me closer to the things that I do. So I've developed habits that help me stay healthy and well. And then the final one that I want to talk about is tactics. Now, tactics are those things we do. So I may ask a client when they first go in the gym and they want to start lifting, I'm going to put you on a 5x5 program doing these 5 exercises. And so when I say 5x5, that's 5 sets, 5 repetitions of these 5 different exercises that basically give them a full body workout each time. So the tactic is the 5x5. As far as eating, some of my clients, they like to go low carb. And when they go low carb, that's a tactic, is a style of eating that they're choosing. They're choosing a tactic of low carb as a way of potentially losing some body fat, and yet fueling themselves. So as you kind of look at the things that you would do, I want you to make sure that the tactics that you're using are the ones that are really going to move the needle. So the tactic of getting a B12 shot once a month, while it might boost your energy, that's not a move the needle tactic so much as making sure that you're getting in a good amount of water each day, or making sure that you're, working out and lifting and doing resistance exercise. The resistance exercise tactic, or the making sure that you're staying hydrated tactic, those are the tactics that are going to move the needle for you the most. The B12 or wearing an altitude mask or all these other little crazy things that are out there, they're not going to move the needle nearly as much. Now, there might be a point in your fitness and health journey where those other tactics now make sense to add to your repertoire, but you want to focus your energy and your time on the tactics that are going to do the most good for you. The things we just don't have, we don't have unlimited energy and we don't have unlimited time. Those are very limited resources, and we want to be very careful about the application of those so that we're getting the most bang for the buck. Okay? Now, I say commitments, strategies, habits, and tactics in that order for a very, very specific reason. The commitment lays the foundation for everything that you're going to do. When you've made a good commitment, you have a good vision of where you're going to go, and you have a good why that's going to keep you going. So the commitment has to be the first thing, and it has to be done right. Once you have a good commitment in your mind and you've written it down, and you're going to practice that commitment, everything else will fall in place so much easier. Now, through self-awareness, through knowing just the basic things going on your life, you can start establishing the strategies that are going to lay the framework for how everything else is going to work. So I'll use myself as an example. I said that I want to be independent and active with my children and grandchildren. And whatever they're doing in their lives, I want to be a part of it. So I know that if I want to live a longer life, I need to feed my body the types of food that are good for it. So my strategies have to be built around how do I make sure that I'm getting good food? My strategies have to be around how do I make sure that I'm doing the right things to keep myself fit? And fitness in this context is very, very different than CrossFit fit or just, wanting to be able to complete some kind of particular task like a race or whatnot. This is fitness to be the person that I want to be. So some things that are happening as we age, we're more likely to fall, and that fall is likely to put us in the hospital or kill us. And so I want to make sure that I don't fall. So in addition to training my strength so that I can do the things I need to do, I need to train balance so that I'm as balanced as I can and I don't fall as often. Those are two different things that I'm working on within my fitness. So I have to put the strategies in place to make sure that I do that. Strategies I've talked about, leaving my clothes out so that I know that I'm getting my workouts in. Strategies of making sure that I'm shopping for the best quality foods, going to the farmer's market, or at least walking the perimeter of the grocery store. Now, after you've done a strategy for quite some time, it becomes a habit. So going down into my basement gym and getting in a good workout each morning because I've put my clothes on, suddenly now it becomes a habit of that's just what I do. I wake up and I go down to the gym, and maybe I'm doing some strength training, maybe I'm doing some balance training, or a combination of both. But I know I have a purpose down in the gym because I have a vision, and now I have my commitment, and I have my strategies, and now I'm developing a habit by continuing to do the things that I need to do. So once I get down into the gym or once I get down into the grocery store, that's the point where now I can start applying tactics. And so my tactics are saying, buy a whole bunch of vegetables. Just look for everything that's fresh and organic, get the best quality vegetables I can get, and just fill up my cart with those. Going over to the meats, look for the high quality grass-fed meats. And that's what I do. Whether I'm at the farmer's market or I'm at the grocery store, I'm looking for the highest quality. So my tactic is high quality food. My tactic is I'm going to do strength exercises, which are basically lower rep heavy weight, and I'm going to do some balance work on a regular basis as a function of my workouts. Those are the tactics that are going to get me there. And you see how if I try to skip the order, I never develop the habits. So if I don't have the commitment, I'm never going to get to the habits. And so many people like to start this journey with the tactics. We're rolling into January, so it's like, well, I'm going to go on a diet. And what does that mean? It's like, well, no candy or cakes for me. But because they haven't really defined the tactics, they've got a tactic. They're cutting out cake. They're cutting out candy. That's great. They're cutting down on their sugar a little bit there, but they really don't have the commitment. They don't have the strategies. So what's going to happen when they show up to work and it's birthday day for one employee or another and there's cake? Are they really going to have the commitment and the ability, the strategies to walk away and not eat the cake? Or are they going to make that a failure point in their plan and lose their diet? So as you go through this, just remember you need the commitment to make sure that all of this stays in place. The strategies will be the ones that keep you on the road the most, keep you most effective. The habits are going to be the things that just become automatic for you, which actually makes getting well very, very easy once you've developed healthy habits. That takes time, that takes effort. But if you have the commitment and the strategies in place, you can and will develop really good habits for your health and wellness. And then finally, the tactics. And the tactics you choose just need to be the best ones that are going to move the needle the most for you where you are on your journey today. In that order: commitment, strategies, habits, tactics. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions at all about this, please, please, please reach out to me. You can get in touch with me at Alan Meisner at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com. I love getting emails from you guys. Or you can go to the Facebook group at 40 Plus Fitness Podcast .com/group, and that'll take you to the Facebook group. Both of those are great places to interact with me. I love getting emails. I love having the discussions on the Facebook group because that's where other people can get the benefit of your questions and our comments and what's going on there. So please do go check out the group or send me an email if you have any questions or want to talk further about this topic. All right. It's that time of year when we all kind of start getting a little bit more focused on goals and commitments and resolutions and all of that. So I hope you'll take today's lesson to heart as you do kind of kick in for the new year and get your fitness stuff going on. You know, it is very important for you to make sure that you're committed, to have the strategies in place, to develop the appropriate habits, and then also to make sure that you're finding the right tactics to make sure that you're successful in meeting your fitness and health goals. And this is a perfect time for you to hire a coach. And I would like to be that coach. As a coach, you can have me for accountability. You have me to bounce any questions off of. You have me there to make sure that you get the most out of the time and effort that you're putting into the gym and into the kitchen. So you can go to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/programs to learn more about what I do with my coaching. I have 2 basic programs, very, very simple do-it-yourself programs. Or if you really want me with you along the way, you can join the group fitness or apply for the one-on-one. I do have some slots open for one-on-one clients at this time. So if you're interested in really kicking things up a notch, meeting all of your wellness and fitness goals for the year, I highly recommend that you hire a coach, and I hope that you'll choose me. Go to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/programs today. Thank you. Next time on the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast, we meet Jonathan Baylor and discuss his book, The Set Point Diet, the 21-day program to permanently change what your body wants to weigh. Until then, have a happy and healthy week.